and I can carve as easily as he does. Yeah, this thing is really carvy. What's going on YouTube? It's DRUMARR back at it again with another video, and today we're gonna be taking a look at the EnSkate R3. We're gonna be going for a first ride today, and we're gonna see how this thing performs. On their website, they're claiming a top speed of 22 miles per hour, and the biggest claim that they have is that it has 22 miles of range. So we're gonna be taking a look at that, and we're gonna see if this board really does hold up to its claims. All right, let's get out there. Okay guys, so this is my first time stepping on the EnSkate R3. The thing that I really wanted to test out on this ride is gonna be the range, because 22 miles of range for this board seems pretty crazy. Like, that actually seems awesome. Right now, I'm going over these bumps and cracks, and I feel pretty confident riding this thing. Like, of course, it's a hub motor board, so you will be feeling most of the bumps and cracks, but it doesn't really feel that bad. So for the stock setup of the bushings, I can carve pretty nice, and I can turn pretty easily, so I would say that is also a plus. So far, my first impressions, this is a solid board for what you're getting. And I think that the main price point of this board is gonna be that serious range. So with that extra serious range, they built a board around that, and I think the aesthetics of this board look pretty sweet. The orange wheels on this board do look very, very nice, and I really like the aesthetic that the EnSkate R3 has on it. And so let's get some fast carving. Yeah, this board is pretty nimble, I'll be honest. If anything, these bushings are a little bit loose, so I might want to tighten it later on to hit higher speeds. So yeah, let's try to get a little bit of speed here. And yeah, I don't know how fast I'm going, but you guys can probably see how fast. And yeah, stable, completely stable, no issues. It does say that the top speed is 22 miles per hour. So that is a little bit on the lower end side than most of the budget boards out there. But to be honest, if you are a beginner, that is more than enough speed. Like, I wouldn't, unless you're a speed junkie, then you'd probably want more speed. But for me, 22 miles an hour just for cruising or commuting is actually pretty good. And you can see it eating up all of these sidewalks, all these things that I'm walking past. It's actually eating it up, so it's doing a pretty good job. The EnSkate R3 comes with 450 watt dual motors, and if you take a look at these motors, they are actually smaller than your normal eSkate motors. And what does that mean? It means that you can throw a lot more urethane on the wheel than you would be if you had bigger, more powerful motors, which also adds to the really good ride comfort that I do feel on this board. So yeah, the urethane on the wheels are actually a little bit bigger than your normal skateboard urethane, so it does make it feel a lot more comfier than other hub motor boards. Yeah, this thing is really carvy. Really carvy. Like, I can take my nice, sweet cars with this thing. Yeah, this is really good. I like the stock setup that it has on this. The looseness just really makes you very, very nimble. Like, wow. And this view is just great. This is where I live, guys. NAS Pensacola. I feel really, really carvy, so this is actually really good. Woo! Yeah, car's very nice. And then I also feel very stable going at high speeds. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna fall or anything. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall off. Oh, there's sand. Okay, we got over it. So these trucks are very, very good, especially being forged and CNC machined. So these trucks are not gonna break, bend, or crack anytime soon. They are very, very good for what they are. Like, I am carving. My friend over there, he has double kingpin trucks, and I can carve as easily as he does. Like, literally, I can carve as easily as he does. So these trucks are very, very good. And another thing, this deck, it is 8 layers of Canadian maple. So I wouldn't say that this deck is very flexy. It actually feels pretty stiff, so I can't really bounce that hard on it. That's very good for hitting top speeds and actually being more stable. Does it add to the ride comfort? It usually tends not to, so you do feel a little bit more bumps and cracks. Another thing, this board is IP55 water resistant, so I can go over water and stuff like that, and the board will most likely be just fine. you just don't want to ride it in things like heavy rain, stuff like that. Also, when you brake in heavy rain, oh, it's just a terrible experience. You usually want to stay out of rain. But for this board, it actually has an IP55 water resistance rating, so it's fine. Overall, ride comfort is a plus. This deck, I like that this deck is very, very long. So yeah, this deck, it is 38 inches long. So it is a little bit longer than the Meepo V4s. You do have the opportunity to have a wider stance like I do over here. So I do feel pretty comfortable on this than I would on a shorter deck. I know this is not fair because he's belt dry, and this is hub motor, but we're gonna do a quick speed test on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, punch it. And he's gone. Okay, let's see what top speed that I hit on this thing. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I hit top speed. I don't feel like I'm going any faster. So whatever speed that you see on the screen right now is the top speed of this thing. So yeah, this actually feels pretty fast. This is pretty exhilarating. Like, when it comes to budget boards, you don't really need more than that speed. I'll be pretty honest. So yeah, if this is gonna be your first electric skateboard, that is more than enough speed. Like, I'll be honest, even on my Wowgo AT2 back there, I don't go faster than 22 miles an hour. Like, for regular cruising, you really don't need to go faster than 22, especially if you're on sidewalks and stuff like that. So right now we have gone about 3 miles. My average speed is 13 miles, and it's seeing like my top speed is 22 miles as well. The last specification that we do have to talk about is the ESC. So this ESC that the EnSkate R3 is using is a Hobbywing electronic speed controller. So how would I rate this one compared to like the Meepo V3 Live Fog? I would say that this ESC, yes, it is very responsive to your controls. So when I punch the throttle, it gives me a really good boost. And also when I let go of the throttle, it does do the actions that I tell it to do immediately. I do have to say that the version of this Hobbywing ESC is lower than all the other versions of other electric skateboards that I am using. So if you take a look at the Wowgo AT2, that board actually has the Hobbywing ESC as well, but it is more updated. When you push the button on the remote, it actually turns on the remote and it turns on the board because it has smart turn on. But when it comes to the EnSkate R3, you do have to bend down and push the button. So that does kind of suck. It's a little bit of a buzzkill. It would be a lot better if EnSkate updated their ESC and also updated the remote to include a screen. And I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that hard to make the ESC better in this board. But yeah, guys, that pretty much is all the specs. I'll check back with you guys once I hit 10 miles of range. All right, what is going on, guys? We are back, and I was checking the remote. So far we have gone 6.8 miles, as you can see on the right app. And I have to tell you, I've been punching it pretty hard. I've been pretty much cruising at top speed pretty much the entire time, like I'm doing right now. And yeah, so I was checking the remote and it says that we have 2 bars of battery left. It says that we have 2 bars of battery left, as you can tell right there. So it looks like it's only gonna be able to maybe hit 12 miles of range, but we're gonna keep going on this smooth trail and we're gonna keep seeing how much range we're gonna get afterwards. Cool shots. Oh, I think I caught that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you literally outran that. Yeah, I saw you. You literally cut the side. All right, what is going on, guys? So we just hit 10 miles on this board. We went really, really far. Like, we went from one side of the base all the way to the other side of the base. So already, this is a way more range than I would have gotten on my Meepo V3 by far. Like, I know for a fact that my Meepo V3 would have most likely turned off somewhere around 7 miles. So if you take a look at the remote, it is still saying 2 bars of battery, and we have hit 10 miles. So for the stated claims, we have at least hit the halfway point. Would I think that this board would be able to get somewhere around 22 miles? I don't think so. And I'm pretty sure that it's mainly due to the fact that I'm just pushing this board really, really hard. Like, I am pushing it on the highest speed mode possible at the fastest speed possible pretty much the whole time. So, all right guys, so we had just finished our range test and we happened to get 14 miles on the EnSkate R3. And that really does surprise me because boards like the Meepo V3, they get around 7 miles of range. So if you're getting a board like this, you will be getting actually double the amount of range that you would with other budget boards. We had a great time, even though WildGo was low on one single bar of battery. So that's how you know that we rode for a long time. So yeah, guys, you're gonna be getting a lot of range with the EnSkate R3. This is just a range test in our first ride, and I have to say that this board was actually very, very good for the performance, and especially with the deck, the motors, the wheels, everything that comes with this board works very, very well, and EnSkate made a pretty solid board. So guys, this was just a test ride, and I will be making an in-depth review coming later on in a couple days, so make sure you guys watch out for that video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.